Extra breaking news alert.
Welcome to AM Extra. We are following breaking news this morning. A civil disturbance has been declared in the Pearl District after protesters tried to set up an autonomous zone overnight.
That's right. Neighbors there have been told to shelter in place while police have been clearing out that area. And we have been listening off camera to Mayor Ted Wheeler. We want to go to that right now.
Hey, Mayor Wheeler, we just started live right now. Yes. Yeah, we just started live. Can you tell people, kind of recap right now, why you're out here this morning after protesters were out here trying to declare an autonomous zone?
I'm out here this morning because there were a lot of barricades set up. There is a lot of trash and litter and detritus left from last night's demonstrations, and this is where I'm living. These are my neighbors, and I'm out here helping to pick up the mess that was left behind.
Would you ever let an autonomous zone be set up here in Portland?
I do not want an autonomous zone set up in Portland. I'm watching what's going on in Seattle, and I'm not impressed. I think it's a distraction from the larger movement, and the movement is justice for black people. And I'm not in Seattle, obviously, but what I'm hearing coming out of Seattle concerns me. Armed people walking around in the autonomous zone, people being asked to show their papers and demonstrate where they're from at the entrance to the autonomous zone, businesses potentially being shaken down to be allowed to operate within the autonomous zone. So if you're asking if that's something I support, let me be unequivocally clear. I absolutely do not support that. And I do believe it's a distraction from the larger movement, which is to support and uplift black voices in our community.
Sorry, one more quick question for you. I know you want to go because you want to be cleaning up here, but what we've seen at the Justice Center is repeated nightly gatherings there. What if that's what happens down here, if we see this night after night after night?
I believe fundamentally that this isn't going to be solved just by the police alone. It's not going to be solved by me alone. And so today the conversations we're having are with faith leaders, with community, with others, community stands, and support the right to peacefully demonstrate and express viewpoints regarding the murder of George Floyd, demands for racial justice and equality, demands that we dismantle systematic racism in our community, but do it in a way that is nonviolent. And that's the message I really want to get across to people. Anything that starts to move towards the violent end of the spectrum is really a distraction from the important movement that's taking place here across America.
Thank you so much, Wheeler. All right, Emily and Jenny, so I'm going to try and gather myself with my photographer here as the mayor just finished talking about how he is now helping clean up after protesters basically took over his neighborhood and trying to create an autonomous zone. And so my photographer's kind of following him right now. As you can see, he's going to be a part of this cleanup process. And protesters were definitely bringing in a lot of different things. This rapid response BioClean truck that you see is full of garbage. If you look to the right here, you can also see that there's another truck that's full of garbage and debris and fencing as well. So there is a lot of cleanup that has been going on already for the past hour or so, and this is going to be going on for some time. But let's show you some video of when police officers first moved in on these protesters who took over Ted Wheeler's neighborhood. We were here at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning as they were on their tactical trucks and in their tactical gear, telling protesters that they had now declared it a civil disturbance. And at that point, at that early hour in the morning, they were telling the people who lived in these apartments nearby to shelter in place. Since then, police have cleared out the area and only made one arrest of one protester. But overnight, we were also watching this scene unfold. We'll show you some video of when this first really started happening late into the night, where there were protesters who were gathering a lot of different things like picnic tables and fences and scaffolding, and really making sure to block off the streets so that way no traffic and people could come through. And so at this point, what Mayor Wheeler was really kind of discussing was that The protesters were calling this the autonomous zone, the Patrick Kimmons Autonomous Zone. And to put that into perspective for you, remember Patrick Kimmons was a black man who was shot and killed by Portland police in 2018 after police say that he shot 2 people after a fight in downtown Portland and after he flashed a gun at police officers. Those officers involved in that deadly shooting had been since cleared by a grand jury. So coming back out here live, you'll really see that there's a lot going on here in the Pearl District. We have a lot of graffiti that is being cleaned up, that has been since sprayed overnight and into this morning. There are cars that are trying to now make it through this area and just trying to get back to normal this morning, Emily and Jenny. So right now, police, for the most part, are occupying most of the streets, as well as the cleanup crews, too. So we're going to continue to monitor the situation and let you know how things go as they continue to clean up the Pearl District. Right now, we're at Northwest 10th and Gleason. So this area is a lot of traffic right now. So if you can avoid the area, do. Emily and Jenny?
Yeah, this went very differently than the Seattle situation. And when they say rapid response team, they mean it. They went in there and quickly cleared that out, as we've seen over this morning.
It did, but even overnight, if you haven't seen some of the video from overnight, go check out KOIN.com. A lot more video there right now from Elise's earlier reports in the early dark hours.
Yeah.
They did set up a lot of debris completely blocking that stretch of Northwest 10th there.
Oh, they did. Yes. Okay. Well, for